Hello everyone. Before we moving forward our discussion in this first podcast, let me introduce myself first. My name is Teresia Agata, but you can call me Tere. And also, before we start and leave this event, we have a tagline in here. So all of you guys get along with me ya semuanya. Welcome to Yacht Space Podcast. Your voice, your space. Oke, mungkin kita bisa ulang ya sekali lagi. Yacht Space Podcast, your voice, your space. Oke, jadi apa sih Yacht Space itu? And also, what does Yacht Space do? Maybe kita semua di sini curious ya pasti. And welcome guys in first episode Yacht Space Podcast. Di sini kita bakalan menemukan jawaban dari pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang udah sama-sama kita penasaran tadi. And also, right now I'm not alone. Sekarang aku lagi bersama dengan founder Yacht Space. Di sini ada Kak Angel dan juga Kak Noren. Halo Kak Angel dan Kak Noren.
Halo.
Oke. Nah guys, mungkin dari Kak Angel dan Kak Noren sendiri nih, can you introduce yourself sedikit nih biar mungkin teman-teman di sini tahu.
Oke, halo semuanya buat yang lagi listening right now. My name is Angie. I'm the founder of Youth Space. I am 18 years old and I'm currently a student located in Jakarta, Indonesia. And during my free time, fun fact aja, I like to do photography, I like watching movies and traveling. And buat semua yang lagi listening right now, nice to meet you and I hope you will enjoy listening to our very first episode of Youth Space Podcast.
Oke, halo Kak Angel. Oke, mungkin next dari Kak Noren.
Oke, halo semua. Aku Norin, aku co-foundernya Youth Space. I am 18 years old and I'm schooling in Jakarta. One of my hobbies is cafe hopping, listening to music, and going to concerts. And I hope you enjoy this segment. Thank you.
Oke, halo Kak Angel dan Kak Noren. Jadi, karena teman-teman semua di sini udah pada kenal, mungkin sekarang kita bisa nih moving forward our discussion to talk about Yacht Space itself. Jadi, untuk Kak Angel dan Kak Noren, can you tell me a brief history atau enggak background dari kalian ini mendirikan Yacht Space? So, when was Yacht Space first official?
So the idea for this organization was actually Angie's. She invited us to be a part of it. And that's when we started brainstorming ideas for our name and our logo. I was primarily in charge of the design aspects of Youth Space. After some trial and error with our logo and finalizing our mission and vision, it became official in early March 2023. However, we officially started teaching at the end of March. During this period, we worked hard to ensure everything was in place from creating engaging lesson plans to organizing our first events. This initial phase was both challenging and exciting as we saw our vision came to life and begin to make like a tangible impact. We learned a lot from those early days, and it set a strong foundation for the growth of Youth Space. Yeah, I think that's it from me.
Okay,
Thank you.
maybe from Kak Angel.
Okay, so what cerita like how Youth Space started, it's same like Noreen's story. So I had the idea to start and then I invited Yovella and Noreen and then we started the vision and mission. Terus we started having classes, English classes every week to the orphanage with the three of us. Then we started to expand more after that.
Okay, that's very wonderful story and also so much inspirational, guys. Okay, so next question. For all of you guys, what is your biggest motivation in building and also maintaining the performance of Youth Space itself?
Okay, so from me, at first I started Youth Space because I wanted to create a friendly, fun environment, but an impactful community, like a fun community, but also impactful. So impactful in the sense that it's not only benefiting the members, but it's also benefiting the society, especially the underprivileged children. So seeing Youth Space grow from 3 members to 28 members to 70 members now continue to motivate me to create projects and help our community with youths from all over Indonesia and all over the world. And our offline events such as Youth for Youth, visiting 3 orphanages, and our original book distribution to 21 orphanages, and also our online events motivates me to work harder because I could see how Youth Space is impactful, and I could see how uh, a lot of youths are gathering together to make a positive impact for the society. So that is what is motivating me to continue to expand and to continue to initiate projects with Youth Space.
Okay, from Kak Nuren itself, apakah mau ditambah?
Izin aku tambah ya, mungkin kurang lebih sih mirip ya dengan jawabannya sih, Angie. Ya, our biggest motivation in maintaining space performance was achieving our goal, and we wanted to increase awareness and about the educational gap and provide more insights about this issue. I think that's it for me.
Okay, so fun and impactful, of course, for unprivileged, especially for youth, and also for anything anak-anak muda yang mungkin tidak mendapatkan tidak bisa mengakses edukasi secara penuh gitu. Oh my God, I love it so much, guys. Oke, nah jadi moving forward our discussion in here, I'm gonna tell a brief about our world current education situation. Yang abis ini mungkin kita akan bahas nih isu-isunya tuh sangat menarik about global literacy. Oke, jadi aku izin bacain sedikit ya. So, according to research conducted by World Population Review in 2022, the global literacy for all males and females at least 15 years old is 86.3%. Finland was recorded to have highest literacy rate at 100%, while Nigeria had a lowest at 19.10% of its entire population. So, as conducted in August 2022, there is 258 million children and youth still do not attend school. And of course, the number is growing because due some several conflicts. For example, there is refugee crisis in Ukraine, Gaza, Sudan, and beyond. And also our climate events, it also can disrupt our education situation. I want to add on about the discrimination due, for example, gender, disability, and also other issues. Nah, talking about that nih Kak, adakah nggak sih kaitannya dengan dibentuknya Youth Space? And also, I really want to hear from all of you what your thoughts about it. And also, gimana sih peran Youth Space in helping this educational gap? Mungkin boleh dari Kak Noren atau Kak Angie bebas.
Mungkin boleh Angie dulu kali.
Oh ya, boleh. Okay, so jadi tadi you mentioned the problems about literacy-nya rendah ya with the people underprivileged children. Jadi Youth Space juga continue to put efforts in reducing the problem in the education system. Jadi kita juga we try to reach the audience online and offline. So we've created offline events yang kita bantu 3 orphanages last year with Youth for Youth. We had a charity drive. Jadi we gathered pre-loved goods from our community, then we distributed it to 3 orphanages in Jakarta and Malang. And kita juga have like a Kita Bisa drive, so we could gather funds that can be used to donate food to the orphanages. And dari Youth Space juga, we've already done the original book distribution to 21 orphanages in 20 cities. Jadi we've tried to help the orphanages who need our help. And right now, we are also working on an orphanage offline project with Act of Youth, where we are having a charity drive right now. Terus untuk online events, jadi kita juga we try to reach people that is like outside of our reach, jadi from all over Indonesia, like hundreds of people. So we have our digital literacy campaign last year where we gathered 500 participants, and we've also have a Road to PTN webinar where we help guide a lot of high school students so that they could go to state universities. Jadi we try to help people who are underprivileged juga, and we also try to increase the importance of digital literacy to everyone online, while we also help high school students who don't have access to the right amount of information. Jadi we try to help everyone from different backgrounds, and we also try to educate people about literacy, and also through our online teaching classes, yeah, we also teach English so we could help give more knowledge to underprivileged children.
Okay, that's a really good answer, and also I also agree with you, Kak. Nah, oke nih, mungkin selain literacy crisis nih dan yang terjadi di Indonesia saat ini, what do you guys think? Is there any, like challenge when you guys build this community? Kayak apa sih challenge-challenge yang Youth Space ini facing dalam perkembangan dan juga prosesnya sampai detik ini?
Well, I think one of the problem was balancing between my studies and organization. I had a hard time organizing, like, I guess, like maintaining it, having a balance of both of them. So at first we were only three of us. We had to take care from the PR, from the design, well, everything, three of us. But then we decided to have like a recruitment where we find people who are interested in joining in our organization, which actually has helped us quite a lot. And we met so many people who are very talented and also very semangat untuk buat organisasi kita. And maybe at the early days, it was quite difficult for us to find orphanages that we can teach, because we're teaching from online. So not a lot of orphanages provide like the device for each child to actually see our teaching or learn from our teaching. I think that's one of the problem. But now we have already found around three orphanages that we can teach.
Okay, maybe from Kak Angel.
Yes, so to add upon like the problems that we face, mungkin one of the problems itu gathering enough funds, yeah, because like not all our activities, but especially our offline events require funds to fund the food distribution, to fund the goods distribution. We have a lack of access to funds, but then like we try to find ways by hosting our webinars to gather funds for the orphanages, and we've also done the Kita Bisa, so I think that is solved. And for the remaining online events, we don't really need a lot of funds, so it is solved. But yeah, we do face some funds problems at some times, and because all our operations are online, mungkin lebih susah untuk communicate clearly with all the members, takut ada misunderstanding atau just misconceptions about stuff. And yeah, and susahnya juga, if we want to have an offline event, we cannot gather all the members karena semua orang member Youth Space dari beda-beda kota. Jadi it's really hard to gather everyone, even though everyone wants to participate, but we have to focus on certain locations only.
Okay, I'm gonna moving to the next question. Talking about Youth Space gitu Kak, mungkin banyak banget anak-anak muda di luar sana yang mulai tertarik nih dengan adanya komunitas-komunitas seperti Youth Space ini. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question, kayak who can participate with this community sih? Mungkin bisa diceritain sedikit nih buat teman-teman nanti yang sekiranya ingin menjadi bagian dari Youth Space ini, kayak siapa aja sih, dan juga ini tuh terbuka bagi siapa aja gitu aksesnya.
Okay, so Youth Space itu terbuka untuk semua orang sih, any youth from all around the world from the ages of 14 to 21. So untuk jadi member kita ada proses seleksi. We have a documentation selection process and also interview selection process. But we do allow anyone to join our events, including the webinars and campaign. Like anyone can join without a selection process. Anyone who joins our events will get an e-certificate, a network of like-minded people from all around the world, and also a valuable experience that you can add in your profile. Well, yeah, to become a member, anyone can actually apply, anyone from the ages of 14 to 21, but we do have a selection process, so we can find the right fit, and so that we could give the right environment to the members, to give the environment that they're looking for in an organization.
Okay, maybe from Kak Noren, if you want to add on.
Mungkin jawabannya mirip ya dengan Angie. Semua orang dari age 14 to 21 bisa participate in this company. Ya, jadi from time to time we hold a event that everyone can join, just like the webinar, and we had like also the global ambassador. We also open recruitment so that like people can get involved as well.
Okay, so youth space is open up for everyone ya Kak. Okay, jadi for all of you guys who interested in youth space, don't forget to always connected with our social media or etc. Jadi mungkin nanti bagi kalian yang ingin bergabung dengan youth space bisa dapat informasi terbaru dan juga bisa dapat informasi terkini nih kalau kalian yang tertarik ikut youth space ini. Okay, back again talking about youth space itself nih Kak. Dari kalian berdua, what do you guys think? What is the most important thing you want people to know about youth space itself?
Well, I think is that we want to reach like many people, and we want to increase awareness to people about the educational gap, and as well as what we can do to help decrease the educational. And I think so far, I think that's it for me. How about you, Angie?
Oh, yes. So yeah, I want people to know that Youth Space is trying their best to like reduce the educational gap in various different ways, and we're also trying to incorporate innovative ideas, and we're also trying to be trendy and up to date so that our programs can be interesting for everyone to join, and we also want to include everyone into our programs as much as possible. So yeah, we try to create more events, and yeah, we do have a lot of other events planned this year. So yeah, stay tuned on our Instagram account.
Okay, stay tuned on Youth Space Instagram ya everyone. Okay, as a founder of Youth Space itself nih, from all of you, do you guys have any message maybe all of you guys would like to give, especially for youth and young people who are interested in education?
Oh, yeah, I would like to talk about how education is important. So, like, education is important for everyone, regardless of their background. So, I do think like everyone, especially the youth, have to try something new and always explore different fields to gather new skills, to find their passions, and yeah, to continue to get education, which will be beneficial for their future. So, it doesn't have to be academics like sciences and maths, but they could also explore other fields like cooking or sports or beauty. They could just learn from anywhere, and it doesn't have to be from an institute, but they have to try to explore a lot of things from their community, from their family, or from their friends.
Okay, maybe from Kak Noren?
Well, as Angie said, I feel like education is important regardless of the background. I feel like we can try new things or do new things, experience new things, and like whether it's like you can try studying maybe science or maybe even art, drawing, and stuff like that. I feel like it's really important, and I feel it's also important to take breaks as well and not push yourself too hard. Yeah.
Okay, maybe aku sekarang mau nanya lagi nih, before we close to end this podcast, maybe from Kak Angel and Kak Noren, do you guys still have any message to deliver from semua yang nonton di sini? Some like a motivational quotes gitu, kayak sedikitlah motivasi untuk anak-anak muda yang mungkin sekarang masih berada di dalam educational gap ini, atau mungkin mereka merasa mereka masih kurang gitu loh untuk mendapatkan akses untuk menempuh pendidikan ataupun kesempatan-kesempatan seperti anak muda lainnya. Mungkin dari Kak Noren dan Kak Enji boleh memberikan sedikit motivational cerita gitu, ataupun kayak quotes buat anak-anak muda sekarang.
Mungkin message dari aku mirip sama yang sebelumnya kayak belajar itu nggak harus dari institut. Mungkin untuk underprivileged children mereka nggak ada access to the right amount of education, jadi mereka bisa belajar dari lingkungan mereka, belajar new skills dari keluarga, dari teman, terus mereka bisa also expand their network. Jadi kita bisa menambah teman-teman kita supaya siapa tahu kita bisa mendapatkan kesempatan yang baru dari teman A, teman B, atau enggak kita juga bisa expand our network di sisi profesional. Mungkin di lingkungan kita mungkin ada pekerja, ada employee like a company employee, kita bisa kenalan, so we can get more insights about the working world. And ya, jadi kita bisa, even though we don't have the right amount of resources and education, I think we should find education from around us, ya, from our community, and also just learning from each other.
Okay. Maybe from Kak Noran?
Well, I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to try new things. I feel like new things is really good. Trying new things is really good. And you can not only just like not only just get like knowledge from from institute, as what NG said, but you can actually get it from your friends by just making new friends. You can even like learn something from them, or even know more information about some things, I guess. Yeah, that's, I think, what from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Angel and Kak Noren. Well, guys, this is a really inspiring talk. Yeah, it is so nice to be able to talk with a founder of Youth Space, which is Kak Angel dan Kak Noren, and get to know Youth Space more better. So, of course, I think that was a last question for me. And aku ingin ibaratnya merangkum obrolan kita tadi lah gitu loh. Kita kan tadi udah berbicara about how important education is, terus juga kita bisa nyimpulin kalau misalnya youth space ini tuh benar-benar dibangun for fun and also give an impactful effect gitu loh for us, especially for unprivileged youth outside there gitu. Dan juga tadi event-event youth space baik online maupun offline itu sangat-sangat inspirational dan juga sangat memberikan kesempatan terutama pada anak muda di zaman sekarang gitu. Dan juga kita balik lagi tadi kita juga ada membahas tentang how youth space can reducing the educational gap and also increasing the literacy in our generation. I also believe that youth space is giving a consistent education for those a youth that is unprivileged gitu. Okay, so before we end our podcast, I have some little quotes in here, guys. Came from Nelson Mandela. So Nelson Mandela said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Okay, before we end our meeting, mungkin kita bisa sekali dulu nih kembali lagi bacain tagline kita. So, when I say your youth podcast, you can say your voice, your space. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Youth Space Podcast.
Your voice, your space.
Your space. Okay.
Your voice, your space.
Thank you everyone. So, stay tuned for the next episode. Dan juga makasih sekali lagi udah mendengarkan. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.